All right. Look at how beautiful. Woohoo! Hi, today for our Nutrition 101 spot, I'm going to talk to you about bio-individuality. Everybody's bodies are different. Some people never ever had to diet. Some people had to diet from age of 8. The way our body uses different nutrients is completely different in each person's body. And that's important that we know that. There is a part where genetics does play a role, and that is how the nutrients are used in our bodies. That is something that's legitimate. But let me tell you where genetics does not work. If we are genetically predisposed to diabetes because our grandmother, our aunt, our uncle, and our mom all had diabetes, that means I'm going to get diabetes, right? Because it's genetic. And this is where bio-individuality changes. Yes, it is true that however your body is prone to use those nutrients can be genetic. But it also is lifestyle. If the reason that your family had diabetes is because of the lifestyle that they were living, in the food that they were eating, in the way that they were more sedentary, then and you continue that lifestyle, then yes, you are genetically prone or lifestyle prone to diabetes. But it doesn't have to be. And I'm going to give you an example. My husband's family has genetics of high blood pressure. His mother had it, his sister has it, and he was beginning to have it 8.5 years ago. And we completely turned that around. I mean, we took his blood pressure from high to in the low 100s. And so just by lifestyle change. So bio-individuality has a great deal to do with how our bodies take the nutrients and use them. Our lifestyle that we live has everything to do with what diseases we get or don't get and how the body uses the food that we give it. That's my spot for the day.
In today's exercise ditty, I'm going to be showing another exercise progression. This is a simple one, but nevertheless it gives you some ideas of what you can do for a great exercise that you can add to it and make it even more effective for you. We're gonna do a simple squat. So with this, you're going to get your feet a little over shoulder width apart. And so you can see me from the front what we're doing. I'm going to show you also from the side. This is the side view. And then what you're going to do, you have this little part of you, you're going to kind of stick it out as you go down. You don't want to just try to go down like this. You want it to go out like this. So you're going to go down. And what you can do is when you're starting is if you're pretty stiff and you can't do it very well, you go just a little bit. Okay? And then come up. Just a little bit. And then come up. And as you get better, you can go down more and more. And the other thing you can do is you can hold it just isometrically down here. You can do a count to whatever you feel comfortable with, and that can do a lot of good for you as well. Now, the progression on this. You've lost a lot of weight by exercising and eating right. Let's take some of that weight and put it back, and let's make your body work a little bit more. So we're going to do the same movements. We can do just slight ones. We can do deeper ones. And then we can add a little bit more to it. Okay? As we go down, we drop our hammers down here, and then we bring them up. So now we're working our body and upper arms a bit as we're working at this. Okay? And that can do us a lot. One more that we can do. Combine it with a fly.
Do all of them from the front.
I'm going to show you from the front. Same things again, so you got it from the front. Here's the hammer. And then here's going to be the fly. So just a few ideas that you can use for progressing a simple exercise to get even more out of it. In yesterday's video, you couldn't see my legs correctly, so I want to show you a lunge top to bottom. So I'm going to go out. I'm doing it with weights. I've progressed up. I'm getting better at this. We're going to go out into a lunge, take it down, change legs, come back up. How do you like that?
Good morning. Today we are going to discuss what Heartiness Approach diet is. I'm going to tell you all the things it is not first. It is not vegan. It is not vegetarian. It is not high protein. It is not low carb. It is very well rounded. So I have a round plate that I'm showing you on the screen right now. And it is equal protein and carbohydrate and vegetables and fat. The plate shows equal. That doesn't mean it all has to be equal, but it means those are the 4 things that we include in everything we do. So today we're going to break it down a little bit more and talk about what some of the definitions are that you see out there. We hear the word real food. We want to eat a real food, and that's a made-up word that is very well known in the world today. So we do eat real food, and I have a strong definition of what some of those are. But today I want to talk about what a whole food is. You're seeing some whole foods right here. So whole foods are the way that they were when they were born. They don't come with a tag, although now you can go into the grocery store and find a little seal on your organic apple. But they are in the state that they were in when they were pulled out of the ground. And that is the state that they come to you in. So this is spinach, and this spinach has not been touched except to come from the field, come to the store, and come to us. So when it's like this, it hasn't lost any of its nutrients. It's very much full of vitamins. Now there's another part of this. If this spinach is raised in a field that was full of pesticides and very much chemical, then it's still a whole food, but it's got some other things, some other gotchas in there. So you want to be able to get organic, or somebody that you know that's raised it. We don't raise organic on our farm because that takes a certification. But we use no pesticides, nothing like that, nothing chemical, so that we know that we've put strong nutrients in the ground, and that when the food comes out, then it's good. So that's what a whole food is. A natural food is a bogus word. It's a word that people put onto packaging to make you think that it's a great food, and it's not necessarily a great food. So beware of natural. Beware of it on your egg cartons. Beware of it on all of your food packaging. So I want to show you what a processed food is. No, not all processed food is bad as long as you're processing it yourself, or you've read the label and you know that the way it was processed is okay. So right here I have wheat. We have our own wheat, and we have our own wheat grinder. We don't always grind our wheat because sometimes we don't have time. So we buy a good flour. This is King Arthur's flour, and yesterday when I went to buy it, I could not find any that was whole wheat. This is white whole wheat. We read on it. It still has most of the good things in it. We made bread out of it. So it's processed from here to here to here. So this is a process, but it's a process that you know about. So refined is what we don't want. So just be careful when you're reading. Your white rice, your white flour normally, your white pasta, all of those super refined things that you do not want in your diet. Eggs, we're going to have a whole day on eggs where we show what eggs to buy and what eggs not to buy. Personally, if you're not raising your own, then go find a farmer. There are so many farmers where we live. It's crazy. And buy their eggs there. These are beans. These are a whole food, completely unrefined, and will be processed as a whole food here. When I talked in the beginning about the different diets that are out there, A lot of people use the paleo diet. There are a lot of things in the paleo diet, a lot of their recipes that I love. But we are very still committed to eating grains, whole grains. We love grains. And in our life, we're not allergic to them. And so we eat balance. That's what we feel very strong about, a balance of eating those. So when you're looking, if you're a vegetarian, and I have a son who's a vegetarian, and he's in very good physical shape, he's worked very hard to know what to eat, what not to eat. If you're going to be using one of those diets, please make sure you've done the research to know what vitamins you might be lacking, how you can get the protein that you need, and what it is that you can do. I'm not saying no to any one of the diets, but I know that I'm not going to use them, and if you do use them, make sure that you're including all of your nutrients.
Okay, it's brag time. I'm going to brag about this little angel right here. It's amazing. You know, you always think about fast foods or quick out of the box. You can make it really rapidly. What I'm amazed about, she can take these whole foods, these foods that are, you think, wow, what can I do with this? There's just no way I can create something with this in any amount of time. And like, faster than a
speeding bullet,
faster than a package of ramen, she can put together an unbelievable meal, very nutritious, very delicious, extremely healthy. So you don't have to have the packages to be fast. In fact, sometimes it seems like it's faster than a lot of the options that you get. And when you're done, your waste is something you can put in your compost pile. Or if you have chickens, you can feed it to your chickens. Nothing goes to waste.
And he's learning. He makes me great breakfasts in the morning. Really great breakfasts.
Simple stuff.
Frittatas. We're really big into frittatas with lots of vegetables.
I want you to keep in mind, if you find what we're saying and doing valuable, please subscribe so you can hear and see more and not miss anything. And if you think there's some problems with what we're doing, if you think we could do something different or better or not at all, please put it in the comments so we know what you like and what you're looking for. We need your comments so we know which types of things really make sense to you.
This is the food that I was showing you earlier, and I am going to take it and show you how quickly I'm going to make it to put into the frittata. I've got, that was spinach, and now I'm going to do kale. Nothing has to be, it doesn't have to take long. You just want to show that you want to take this real incredibly great food and cook it. And it's just begging to be cooked. So there's kale. Whoops. I'm going to take some onion. You don't want to take a lot of the outside of the onion off because the nutrients are right underneath. Now, that actually is more than I'm going to want, so I'm going to only do half of that right now. And then this is a leek. Leeks are notorious for holding dirt. You just want to make sure that they're clean. And then I'm going to put a celery in, part of a celery. Now, whatever you have on hand, I love it when I have a lot of squash, because I'll do squash. Whoops, one more thing. My bell pepper. But really, whatever vegetable you have can go into this. Cabbage, just as amazing. Okay, we're going to bring it over. Okay. Whoops. miss my pan watching the camera. I'm going to add a little bit of sea salt to it. And this is where you can go with whatever you love, whatever flavoring. If you want it to be Indian, you put in more Indian spices. If you want it to be Oriental, you put in Oriental spices. Whatever you want. And you're just going to cook this down a little bit.
Going to add some, this is just yogurt.
Whole milk, organic oat yogurt.
Going to make this a stirring experience here. And voila! We are ready with the eggs.
A little bit of milk to it.
Oh, we want milk? The chef says milk.
This is also whole milk. We don't use any low-fat products at all. Low-fat products have sugar added.
And this is whole and raw. And once again, voila, we are mixed and ready to go. Here we are, ready to add the eggs into the prepared veggies.
Add shredded cheese to the top. Now there are two ways to do it at this point. You can put it on low and put a lid on it, which is what I do when I'm in a really big hurry. But when I'm not in a big hurry, then I take it and I put it in my oven, which is what we're going to do. All right. Look at how beautiful. Woohoo! That took about 10 minutes to do that. And I may have let it cook just a little bit too long because I think it was in there 11 minutes.